Hi guys, I have, well there's two palettes, but I'm just going to do two separate videos. The Colourpop Enchanted and Fairy Well palettes. So I think I'm going to swatch the Fairy Well first, and then the Enchanted will most likely be the next video that you see. But the Enchanted one, that's what the inside looks like. This is the more neutral palette. I hate when they have the reflective backing on them because it throws off the white balance so bad. I almost like don't want to have it in frame as I'm swatching it because it's going to keep screwing up the white balance, but let's see how it goes. It's got weird font on it again, so hold on, I have to get the box so I can read it better. The fonts always screw me up. Pixie Perf, I think. This is ridiculous font. You can hardly read it. It's really hard to like tell what it says. Let's try here. I'm gonna try and bend this back as much as I can. See, if it's closer, it's not as bad, but the reflectiveness, maybe if I angle it, it's not that bad, but then you can't really see. Hold on, let me try something here. Try to prop it up on some of the Kaleidos. Prop it up, it might be a little bit better. There we go. So the first one is Pixie Perf. I think that's what that says. This is a very, very pigmented. Oh, I guess it's. This is one of those colors that wants to stick more to your finger than actually swatch. So like when you pick it up on a brush, it's going to want to stick more to the brush. But it's kind of like a peachy champagne shade. Fairykin, which is like a pale taupey shade. This one is a matte. I would call that like a pale grayish taupe. Doesn't look as gray when I swatch it though as it does in the pan. Then Cozy Cabin. This is a matte, kind of a pale rosy pink base, and it's got that silver micro shimmer in it. So these first three colors are very, very light. And then Lil Orb. L-I-L Orb. This one's very light too. It's got that same formula as that first one. This one is, I don't know how I would describe that. It's kind of like a, not really copper, a pale copper, I guess. Also, I painted my nails again to try and make them look a little bit better. Alright, so that is the first row. Very, very light colors. They're pretty, but they're very light. Wood Nymph is the next one. Sorry, it's going kind of crooked here. I'm trying to keep it propped because then it doesn't glare so much off the light. This one is kind of unique. It's almost like, I don't know, I was seeing kind of like a green flash to it, but I guess there's not. It's just like a beigey metallic color. And then Into the Forest. Yeah, this is a pressed glitter. Doesn't have the asterisk, and this one's a pressed glitter too and doesn't have the little asterisk next to it, which I've found on their last few palettes. Well, this one and one of the last ones I did was the Not a Chocolate. What was it called? Not a Box of Chocolates palette. They had a pressed glitter in there too. That did not have the little asterisk warning, but anyway, we all know by now, if you're gonna use glitter on your eyes, be safe about it. This one has like a coppery base with copper and silver and gold sparkles in there. So it is pretty, and it's pretty densely packed too, like you can't see a lot of my skin through it. Next one, I think this is going to be the same type of formula. This is called Fawn Guy, I think. This text is so difficult to read. Oh, this one's very dry. They're kind of weird because they have like a colored base to them, so they're not just straight glitter. And they kind of almost look wet, they're so shiny. So this one is more of a golden brown base and has silver and gold sparkle in it. There's a little gnat flying around that's been bothering the crap out of me. So if you see that, that's what that is. Super pretty. And then Pond. Another matte that almost blends in with the color of my fingertip here. It's just another matte beigey shade. This isn't a particularly exciting palette, but it's just one of those neutral, pretty palettes. They do release a lot of neutral palettes. Okay, then the bottom row, definitely the darkest of the colors. We have Flower Crown. Ooh, that one's very soft. I think I grabbed too much of it. This is like a grayish brown. Whoops, that wasn't even... I'm starting to get a shadow here because the sun is going down behind me and it's just like glaring into the room. So hopefully this doesn't mess stuff up too much. Then we have Willow. That's a metallic brown. Cool toned brown. And it's got some silver sparkle in there too. I don't know how well it's picking up. Then there is Folklore. That's a super soft one. Another matte deep brown. That one's very soft, it's just making a mess. That's what those look like. And then the last one here is Hide and Seek. So this is a really dark, almost black base. It's like one of those really dark browns, and then it's got gold, and it looks like it's got gold and silver glitter in it. Really pretty sparkly color. And that is the bottom row. So I think they were marketing these two palettes, the Enchanted one and this Fairy Well one, as holiday palettes, if I'm not mistaken, but they were only available on Ulta when I grabbed them. I believe they're supposed to eventually be on the Colourpop website. If they're not already by the time that I upload this, they will be eventually, because they did say that they were going to be on there. But I don't think this one is a must. If you don't have like a neutral palette and you're in need of one, then I would say go for it, because they're nicely pigmented and everything. But if you don't like the pressed glittery shades, then you're not going to like it. But yeah, good Colourpop quality. It's just another neutral palette, so it's kind of boring. But it is a pretty color story, like all the colors together. But that's that. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will talk to you in my next one, which is going to be right after this one for the Enchanted palette.